Hi guys, Kahana here. Today I want to talk about one thing that I've been meaning to talk about for a while now, and that is the markers I use. Um, Originally, the markers that I started using were just like everybody else, the Ohuhu set. I have the original 72 count and the original 48 count when they first came out as brush tips, until I found out about these markers. I found out about these markers from a different YouTuber, Nicole Draws. I also saw another review from the Frugal Crafter, and it made me really want to check these markers out. The main thing that made me want to check these markers out the most was as you can see with the casing, this is actually a purple set, and this set holds 24 markers inside of it, and the whole set itself costs $22.99 without tax. And as you can see, a lot of thought has been brought into the packaging. I broke the sides, but it was originally straps on there. But most of the time I have them sitting like this on my desk, so it doesn't matter whether or not the straps work. And as you heard, it has a magnetic closing. So even though the packaging is cardboard and it's kind of cheap, it's a lot of thought put into these markers. Even the inside of these markers have, I'm trying to take out a few of them so you can see. As you can see right here, it has a grit inside of it where you can actually put the markers perfectly in place. Unlike the bag you get with Ohuhu, where there's no organization, they're all just put in a bag. The bag is okay for a while, but when you start getting into markers a little bit more and you start getting more, you kind of want to be able to just reach in and grab your markers like you can do with Copics. If you notice, with the Copic large hard plastic case, they actually have a grid inside of them as well, where you can just pull the markers out and put them back in as you like. These markers, this set, which is the ALP set, ALP, are only a bullet nib, which a tiny bullet nib, which I prefer. If I have to have a bullet nib, I'd rather it be very small like this, and a chisel end. Originally, when I wanted to make this video for this marker, they only had these type of markers, the ALP set, available. But these blend so wonderfully. Like, I was just getting addicted to brush nibs because besides the Ohuhu, I also have like Art and Fly markers, and I have a couple of Blick Studio markers. So I get how people really, really love the brush tip markers because of how easy it is to get into small spaces and the blendability. But because this has a tiny bullet nib, you can kind of do that too, but for a cheaper price. I do have a swatch card. Ignore this bottom part, but these are all the swatches of all the colors that are in the set itself. And to be honest, I feel like it has a lot more variety. Like for a purple set that has, oh, also ignore this. From here to here are all the colors that are available in this set. And these three, which are the oddball. But from the reviews I've seen of the different color sets, I know for the red set, they will also give you 3 skin tones to work with and then a bunch of reds. It's the same thing for the purple set, and I think there's also a yellow set. Yeah, there is also a yellow set that has the same thing where it has 3 skin tones and browns and then a bunch of yellows. And once again, like these number of sets I'm naming, they have this purple set, a blue set, a red set, a green set, a yellow set. All of these are very, very inexpensive. There's even a 32 skin tone set, which was, I think they came out around the same time as Ohuhu did their small set of skin tones as well. And personally, I actually like these Arrtx markers better than the Ohuhu. Don't don't come for me for it. I still reach for Ohuhu once in a while, but I reach for these 90% of the time. And if it's not a really certain color that I'm looking for, I'm either reaching for my Ardent Fly markers or my Blick markers, and then like as a last resort, like if I don't have the color or the color has ran out and I happen to have a similar color, I'll reach for Ohuhu. But these have quickly become my favorite. And I mean, case of point, this is the swatch sheet for the 48 brush set. And I keep harping on the 48 brush set markers because they were the first marker sets to come out. And you expect when you're getting a marker set and it's the first of its kind that not only will they give you colors, but they will give you enough variety in certain colors where you can make pieces, you know, whichever way you want to. I've heard different reviews about the Ohuhu marker in the past, and one person mentioned before that because of the color choices, someone who is doing, you know, a cartoony style would probably enjoy this set. And I kind of agree with that in some ways because as you can see, most of these colors are medium tones, except for a pocket of dark tones here and there. Where in this set here, from here to here, we have so much more varieties. Yes, I said this was a purple set and they gave me pinks, but look at how many purples they're giving me at the same time. I'm going to talk about it at a different time, but this is actually a larger set that Arrtx also have, which is a 90 set and an 80 set. But my point is that these markers are great. They're very inexpensive. They're very blendable. The color choices are really, really nice. Even the marker itself feels nice. It's not a round barrel. It's more of a soft triangular shape where it feels very comfortable in the hands. I love this. I love the packaging. I love the functionality of the packaging where you can just put it up like this. I love how the markers look themselves. They have this very cute design on the ends of them. And also for people who may be curious, unfortunately, even though they have a barcode here, they do not sell them individually yet. As I said, yet. Part of me thinks that might change because Arrtx has been doing a lot of things. Like how I mentioned before that this is the ALP set. Recently, they have started making brush markers of these different sets. Like the first sets that came out, if I remember correctly, was the 80 and 90 set. And it's the same set as the 80 and 90 of the bullet and chisel tips, but they added a brush marker for people who, you know, just want the same colors, just with a brush instead of having to go out and buy, you know, brush tips and just change them out slowly over time. Those markers are a little bit more expensive. If I remember correctly, the 90 set was around $70-ish or something like that. But still, you're paying less than $1 for 90 markers. And their color variety is a lot larger, in my personal opinion, than Ohuhu. Because the reason why I bought these markers in the first place was because I kept looking at Ohuhu, and I'm not trying to drag Ohuhu. I'm just pointing out, like, there are other very competitive brands out there, like this brand, where they're going for Ohuhu when it comes to packaging and color selection and even the brush tips now. So I really wanted to point this out to people so they can know about these markers, because when I try looking it up on YouTube myself, I don't really see many people talking about these markers. Or if they're talking about these markers, they're talking about the old generation of these markers, because like these markers have been out for a while. The old generation used to be very squarish with a slant on the end of the marker, like going this way. And they were a lot bulkier looking, and they were in that canvas bag, just like Ohuhu was in. But look how they grown now, where they have these boxes, and it's every box, because I have like how many? I have about 2 other Arrtx. Yeah, I have 2 other Arrtx collections right now. I plan to try to get the 80 set next and the brush tips, because I really want to try them. But all of these boxes that the markers come in, they will have that function where you can just sit them on the table like that. One con I would definitely mention is the chips on the top of them. Please make sure you swatch your markers, which every art YouTuber says this, but yeah, make sure you swatch your markers, because sometimes the color on the chip does not match the color that is provided. Like this one is 196. This is 196. This is what the chip looks like. They do not match at all. So that's one thing you definitely need to keep an eye out for. But I feel like that's very small for a pack of 24 markers that you paid $22.99 for. But yeah, I just wanted to turn on the camera and gush about these markers, because I really like them. I do plan to do a review on the 90 set. That's the reason why my swatch chart has lines and stuff under it, because some of these markers, like another bonus, which I really like, is the 90 set does have some of the colors from the other sets that have like individual colors of their own, but you're still gonna get some colors that aren't in there. So you kind of get some bonus colors when you get the 24 sets. But if you want to just get a bunch of markers in one hit, and I do agree with Lindsay from the Frugal Crafter, you can just buy the 90 and 80 set. And the 90 and 80 set are very inexpensive for the number of markers you get when you get the bullet and chisel tip. Like, I highly encourage you, if you don't want to spend a lot of money, then to get the ALP sets, because they blend just the same. They blend, the ink output, I feel like it's going to be just the same as when you get the brush markers, if you ever want to transition to the brush markers. But I haven't had any trouble blending or anything of that nature with these markers. They are great. The only markers I would say that beat these are Blick. And Blick is extremely expensive. Like, they're not as expensive as Copic, but they're like pretty close. So if you want to save your money and you want to get a decent set of markers, I strongly advise this set. Anyway, this is my opinion about Arrtx 24 purple set. Like I said, I do have the skin tone set and I do have the huge 90 set. And I will do a detailed review and show you the swatch of the colors in that set. By the way, just FYI, the paper that I'm using here, it's not marker paper, it's actually photo paper. Because sometimes I like to make a bunch of swatches on different types of paper so I can see how they react. But this is photo paper. You will get a swatch card along with a thank you note from Arrtx about the markers. Don't rely on the swatch card that they give you, because I don't know what type of paper that is, but they turn out very, very light on their swatch cards. I strongly advise whatever paper that you use normally for your markers, use that, because it's going to react a lot. It's going to be a lot darker than what you expect. Anyway, that's my opinion on Arrtx. Definitely give these markers a go, including if you can definitely, and they do play nice with other markers. If you do have a set of Ohuhu markers, but you want to expand on a certain color, which was also another reason why I bought this, because as you saw from the Ohuhu set, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 purples in that set that I originally had. So if you wanted to get like a set that was just all purples, or well, technically mostly purples, then you can definitely get this set and add it onto your Ohuhu markers, and they will blend together very nicely. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this review. Definitely give these markers a go. I strongly advise. I don't think you're gonna miss out on anything by getting these markers. One tidbit I do want to mention quickly is from Lindsay's video, which I will put a link to the video that she reviews these markers in. She did mention that some of the color names, which I don't have the swatching sheet anymore to these markers, but she did mention that the color names to some of these markers match Copics refill color names. And I have done a little bit of research. I haven't done much, but a little bit of research on the color names and trying to match them with refills. And some of them do match. You probably won't find all the colors in the Copic refills, but there is a possibility of just getting refills for these markers. Once again, I don't know if Arrtx is going to come up with refills. Like I said, at this moment, they're just focusing on these markers and also converting some of the other sets that they currently have, which is these individual color sets, into brush markers. I have also seen that Arrtx has come up with a part 2 to their skin tone sets, but we'll go into the skin tones a little bit later when I review the skin tone set. Anyway, I hope you guys are having an awesome day. I hope you guys find this review very enlightening, and I hope you guys give these markers a try, because I feel like nobody talks enough about these markers, and it's a shame. It's such a crime shame, because these markers are really, really nice. Anyway, you guys have a great day and or evening. Bye.